Remember the name.
Belal, remember the name Muhammad. Oh my god, he dominated Leon Edwards. He did everything that he said he was gonna do, and that is crazy. He dominated Leon Edwards, the welterweight champion, the guy who knocked out Kamaru Usman, beat Kamaru Usman in the trilogy, and beat Kobe Covington. That is crazy. And that, like, I've been thinking this for a while, but I feel like Kamaru Usman just wasn't the same in the trilogy fight, and I feel like this just proved it, because this fight shows that second Kamaru Usman fight was no fluke. When he was at altitude, like, Kamaru was dominating him, and Leon was saying, oh, it was because of the altitude, my body wasn't right, or whatever. And then in the third fight, he went out there and he performed better, but it wasn't because, the altitude. It was because Usman was just gun shy. He was just not the same. It's crazy. But yeah, Belal just dominated him, and he's a champion now. After this fight, I thought that, Leon was going to win. I thought he was going to maybe stop Belal, and then he was going to go out there and fight Chakhiev, and I thought he was going to lose to Chakhiev, but Belal just dominated him. Like, in the first round, he was walking him down, gave him no space, kept the pressure on him. Leon, he wasn't able to control the distance. Belal was controlling the distance. He was, like, snapping his head back with jabs. Leon, like, as soon as Belal Muhammad said he's got hands like Canelo, like, Leon just burst out into tears.
What that, man? I said it's like fucking Canelo in boxing. His coach said that.
Who?
Belal.
Belal's coach?
Yeah.
You're lying.
And that was the one thing I was worried about for Leon. Like, in my prediction video, I was like, man, it seems like he's really underestimating Belal. And maybe he was. And he, like, in the post-fight interview, he was like, oh, I was just tired from the late time. It's 5 a.m. My body was just tired. That's not an excuse. Just like with the Usman fight, you knew months in advance, 2 months. Like, come on. And also, Leon Edwards fought at UFC 204, and that was like around the same start time. And, his body wasn't like, he wasn't tired or anything. That's just an excuse. This guy got dominated. He couldn't control the distance against Belal Muhammad. He wasn't making Belal pay for crossing that distance. He wasn't doing anything. He was trying to grapple with him. I don't know why he would do that. I thought he was a far better striker. He burst out into tears when Belal said that he had hands like Canelo, but Belal basically taught Leon Edwards like a basic boxing lesson. Like, Leon had no defense. Like, he was getting hit with jabs, heads getting snapped back, cross, heads getting snapped back. He was not parrying anything. He had no head movement. He was not blocking anything. Like, this is crazy. That was a welterweight. I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, like I said, I feel like Kamaru Usman should have beat him in that third fight. He was just gun shy, but it is what it is. And I don't think that we need to see this fight again, to be honest. Leon had defended his title twice, and I think that you should at least defend your title 3 times before getting a media rematch. I made a video about this like a year ago, but I think that Chakhiev Rakhmonov should be next for Belal Muhammad, and wow, congratulations to Belal. That was crazy. He went out there, did everything he was going to say. You got to respect him. Everyone's laughing at him. No one took him seriously, including me. And he just shocked the world. Like, that was not a fluke. And part of me actually did think, like, no way Leon's going to pull off another head kick in the 5th round. I was like, oh my God, is he going to do it? Because it was like 3 rounds to 1 going into round 5. And Leon's coach was like, get up, son. Come on, don't let him bully you. He was saying all that, but it didn't work this time. And Belal, just, wow, congratulations. Then we had the co-main event. And this, honestly, it should have been the main event. Tom Aspinall goes out there and he knocks Curtis Blaydes down with a jab, and that is just crazy. I wanted to see a bit more from Tom Aspinall because I feel like there's some unanswered questions about him. He's finishing everybody in the first round, dominating everyone, submitting them, knocking them out. But we don't know about his cardio. We don't know how he is in those later rounds, and that's very important if he's going to fight someone like John Jones. But I got to be honest, Tom Aspinall was getting clipped with some 1-2 from Curtis Blaydes. He wasn't really having that much success. Like, he like threw like a 1-2. He was like falling over, and he fell into a clinch with Curtis Blaydes, kind of like into a takedown attempt. But Curtis Blaydes got the underhook, and they're in the clinch for a little bit, sold out, and then yeah, like he hit him with a jab. I thought he put him down with the right hand, but it was a jab. The right hand completely missed. And yeah, he finished Curtis Blades. It was a good stoppage. Curtis was on his like stomach, head down, you know, like there's no defending in that situation. So that was a good stoppage and good win from Tommaso to get that win back. But yeah, next up it should be John Jones. Like I don't really want to see Stipe Miocic fight John Jones, but we're gonna see that fight anyway. And hopefully John Jones doesn't retire and then fights Tommaso. But if he does retire, I think that Tommaso should be the undisputed champion, and I think he should fight Sirgan if he beats Alexander Volkov again. Then we had Bobby Low IQ Green taking on Paddy Pimblett, and you know, first of all, like on the feet, like it looked like Paddy was huge. It looked like Bobby Green was a featherweight and Paddy was a lightweight, and like Paddy looked big. He was landing some good leg kicks, and Bobby Green was getting hit a bit. Like he got hit with like a left hook at one point, like a glazing right hand, a few leg kicks. And I don't know, it didn't seem like he was too confident. He was saying like, oh, what's up? But he wasn't doing much. And for some reason, like they got into an exchange and Bobby went for a double leg takedown. Why would you shoot a takedown on Paddy Pimblett? Like, even if you're confident in your grappling, like, why? That makes no sense whatsoever. Of course he's going to submit you. That made no sense. It was frustrating to see as someone who thought he was going to win and as a Bobby Green fan. But I guess Paddy's going to fight Moicano next. And yeah, hopefully Paddy wins that one. But yeah, that sucks for Bobby King Green. And then we also had Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze. And, you know, Arnold Allen went out there and he fought Giga the right way. You know, he was circling to Giga's left foot, like, which is outside of Giga's right foot. You know, getting away from that Giga kick. And then he was eventually landing some big shots in the first round. And as Giga started to slow down, he was pressuring more, landing good body shots, good headshots. Just a good performance from Arnold Allen. Good bounce back performance coming from those two losses. And I think next should be him versus Brian, or not Brian Ortega, but him versus Yair Rodriguez, or him versus Josh Emmett. But that was a great performance from Arnold Allen. And the last fight I want to talk about is Manel Kape versus Muhammad Makhachev. And now this, I was actually looking forward to this fight. You know, they had fought before, like at the UFC PI. Apparently, Manel Kape busted his head open. And then they fought like this week, like at the UFC hotel in Manchester. And like it was a huge like team brawl. And even at the weigh-ins, like these guys were separated, like they're about to get into it. Even before the fight, like as they were in the octagon, they were separated because they were about to brawl before the fight. But then we get to the fight, and that was the worst fight I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't know what Manel Kape was doing. He was coming forward, you know, not doing anything. Muhammad Makhachev, he was throwing a couple kicks, but then running away, or circling away. And, you know, he grabbed his shorts at one point. He eye poked him. Like, he did a whole bunch of fouls, but no warning, nothing, no points. It was crazy. It was just a bad fight. I'm glad it was on the early prelims. Honestly, they should have been on the fight night early prelims because it just didn't live up to any hype. It was bad, but overall, this was a good card. Well, yeah, kind of good. There were some good finishes. Yeah, that Belal fight though, it was crazy. I thought Leon was gonna win, but that's crazy.
They're saying, you know, he's better than Kamari, better than Colby.
Who is?
Belal said that he's better than